Welcome to another video, the same every time, GCSE Maths, IGCSE Maths, looking at those topics that apart from the numbers are the same every time. Practice the questions, watch the videos, you'll see it's the same every time apart from the numbers. Then when you see these questions on your exam, you'll recognize them, you'll know exactly what to do, you'll get yourself into the marks, you'll get yourself into the grades. So in this set of videos, we're looking at similar shapes. Now, in real life, when we say that two things are similar, we just mean that one of them is a little bit like the other one. But in mathematics, when we say similar, we have a very specific meaning. If we have two similar shapes, what we mean is that one of the shapes is an enlargement of the other one. So one shape is an enlargement of the other one. And what does that mean? It means each side, the length of each side, has been multiplied by the same number, which we call the scale factor. So the length of each side is multiplied by the same number, which we call the scale factor. And crucially, the actual shape itself stays the same. It's just bigger or smaller. And the angles, actually, when we do the enlargement, the angles stay the same. So similar shapes, two shapes are similar if one of the shapes is an enlargement of the other one, if the length of each side has been multiplied by the same number, which we call the scale factor. Let's look at two exam questions. So here we are, here's the exam question. The diagram shows two similar triangles, ABC and DEF. So just be familiar with the notation here. Each corner of the shape of each shape has been labelled with a letter. Remember the mathematical word for corner? Call it a vertex, don't we? It means corner. Each corner or each vertex has been labelled with a letter. ABC, then DEF. So when they say triangle ABC, they mean this one. When they say triangle DEF, they mean that one. And they tell us in the question two similar triangles, which means that the bigger triangle is an enlargement of the smaller triangle, which means that to go from the smaller triangle to the bigger triangle, we multiply each side by the same number, the scale factor. So in any question like this, our first task is to find the scale factor. And what we need to do is to find two sides that are the same side. So the side from D to E, just there, that side from D to E, is the same side as the side from A to B. Excuse me, I'll get my voice back. So we need two sides that are the same side, and they must both have a length written on them like that. So our first task is to find the scale factor. To go from the smaller shape to the bigger shape, what do I actually have to multiply by? Well, all I have to do is take the length of the side on the bigger shape, which is 48, and the length of the same side on the smaller shape, which is 6, and divide them. So 48 divided by 6, so that gives me 8. So I'm multiplying by 8. So to go from the smaller shape to the bigger shape, I multiply by 8. So what do they want? The side D to F. So they want this side just here, the side D to F. I have this side here, it's 8.5. So to go from the smaller side to the bigger side, I multiply by the scale factor, which is 8. So 8.5 times 8. So that gives me 68 centimeters. We do want to get all of our marks for that question, so I would suggest in your method writing down your calculation for the scale factor, also writing down what is the actual scale factor, and also writing down the method for finding the side D to F in this particular shape. Let's look at another question. Well, of course, it's the same every time. The beginning part, though, let's have a look here. Explain why triangle ABC and triangle PQR are similar. Well, triangle ABC, of course, is the first one here with the ABC corners, vertices. Triangle PQR is the second one with the PQR at the corners. And what we notice here is that the angles in the same place are the same. So we've got 65 degrees there, 65 degrees there. 75 degrees at B, 75 degrees at Q. 40 degrees at C, 40 degrees at R. So, as I said at the beginning, when we have similar shapes, the sides, each side is multiplied by the same number, the scale factor, but all of the angles actually stay exactly the same. So explain why triangle ABC and triangle PQR are similar. Well, we might need to write something like this. So I'm just pointing out that the angles in the same place are the same. Angle BAC equals angle QPR, angle ABC equals angle PQR, angle ACB equals angle PRQ. And it's worth reminding ourselves of how in these GCSE, IGCSE questions they label angles. So for example, if we say angle BAC, then that means I start at B, move to A, and then to C, and it's the angle in the middle. It's always the angle of the middle letter. If I say angle QPR, I start at Q, move to letter P, corner P, and then to R, and it's the angle in the middle. So when they say angles, they always give 3 letters, and it's the middle letter which is the angle they want. So I really do want to get my 1 mark for that, so I could write, I suppose, all the angles in the same place are equal, but I want to be absolutely specific and making sure that I get my mark for that question. So now finding the length from A to C, find AC. If we just see 2 letters, it's the length of a side. So find AC, that's what they want us to find. And really, as I've said before many times, these questions are the same every time. A good 2 marks here if we know what we're doing. We need to find the 2 sides that are the same side that have lengths written on them. So there's AB, which has the 65 and the 75 angle, and PQ is the equivalent side with the 65 and the 75 angle. So 6 centimeters there, 18 centimeters there. Scale factor is going to be big side divided by small side, so 18 divided by, just getting ahead of myself there, aren't I? So it's 18 divided by 6, so 18 divided by 6, so the scale factor is 3. So to go from the small triangle to the big triangle, I'm multiplying by 3. Now in this case, they are asking us to find the length from A to C, which is on the small triangle. So I have to go the other way, from the big triangle to the small triangle. So the opposite way, the opposite of multiplying by 3, I'm going to be dividing by 3. So the equivalent side to AC is the side PR, and they give us the length of that side, 27 centimeters. So 27 divided by 3. There we are, that's a good 2 marks, isn't it? Gives us 9 centimeters for that particular side. Well, there we are, the same every time. Recognize these questions, learn how to do them, practice, watch the videos, see the same idea repeated over and over until you recognize it, till you know you can do it. Then when you see it on your actual exam, you'll be able to get the marks, you'll be able to get yourself into the grades. Thank you very much for watching. If the video was useful, then please do press the like button and also the subscribe button. I will return in the next video.